for the video format, the game will be playing over here because I've already beat the game. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to take the podcast and I'm just going to shrink it down. So he might just throughout the whole video, just running real quick. So first it'll be probably funny. I don't know. Because it took me, I don't know. How long did it take me? I'm going to figure that out right now. Because I got to hurry up and delete this because... Alright. This one was 1 hour and 20. Ooh, the sound's horrible on it, so... Yeah. Now I got another cable for it, so hopefully it does it better now. Did I fix? Yeah. I put the cable on, so maybe it sounds better. So that's 1 hour and 20 minutes. What about this one? Alright. I'm going to... Did I already have the cable here?
The screen. Okay.
Up. It sounds good there for a minute. So about 4 hours long. And this podcast might be like an hour maybe. So he's gonna be running 4 times as fast through everything. Now I need to go through the video and actually cut the parts where I might have gotten a drink or something like that. So I need to do that too. I don't know. But now I'll be going through this, and I will be, before it's actually posted, I want to cut the silent parts. That must be something he's watching. I might keep in some of the explaining through here, like this part. I'll probably keep in the silent parts. Of course, I'll be cutting that off, and when I'm talking about the game, I might be splitting here and there because I might go, oh, that's not really important. I'll cut that, blah, blah, blah. You can keep on going. And the dead spots where I'm looking up stuff, I'll be cutting that. So, you're welcome to comment and tell me what you think of the game. Tell me a story if you want. I might put it in the actual podcast. So... Alright. The Legend of Zelda is the game. Boom. There it is. Originally released in Japan as the Hyrule Fantasy Zelda no Densetsu, is an action-adventure game developed and published by Nintendo. The first game of the Legend of Zelda series, it is set in the fantasy land of Hyrule and centers on an elf-like boy named Link, who aims to collect the 8 fragments of the Triforce of Wisdom in order to rescue Princess Zelda from antagonist Ganon. During the course of the game, the player controls Link from a top-down perspective and navigates throughout the overworld and dungeons, collecting weapons, defeating enemies, and uncovering secrets along the way. Designed by Shigeru Miyamoto and Takashi Tezuka, it was originally released in Japan as a launch title for the Family Computer Disk System in February 1986. More than a year later, North America and Europe received releases on the Nintendo Entertainment System in cartridge format, being the first home console game to include an internal battery in the US for saving data. And let me tell you, the battery is awesome. And I say that because this wasn't my copy of Zelda. I had bought it, and I put it in the game, and it still had saves from the people before. And I don't know if it was recent, and I don't know if it charges when it's plugged in and it just happened, the last person happened to put a little bit of charge on it. I don't know. But all I know is I put my saves on there, and it was still there the next day. This version was later released in Japan in 1994 under the title The Hyrule Fantasy Zelda no Densetsu 1. The game was ported to the GameCube and Game Boy Advance. It was available via the Virtual Console on the Wii, Nintendo 3DS, and Wii U. It was also one of 30 games included in the NES Classic Edition system and is available on the Nintendo Switch through the Nintendo Switch Online service. The Legend of Zelda was a critical and commercial success for Nintendo. The game sold over 6.5 million copies, launched a major franchise, and has been regularly featured in lists of the greatest video games of all time. A sequel, Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, was first released in Japan for the Famicom Disk System less than a year after its predecessor, and numerous additional successors and spin-offs have been released in the decades since its debut. So, you start off with a shield, you go into the cave, you get a sword. And then you adventure throughout the game finding heart containers, that increase your life meter, magic rings, which decrease the amount of damage Link takes from enemy attacks, and stronger swords, which allow Link to inflict more damage to enemies. Now, these can be found through capes and dungeons. While some are easy accessible, others are hidden beneath obstacles such as rocks, trees, waterfalls, stuff like that. Now, when you defeat an enemy, you conclude a heart, which refills the life meter, and rupees, which is the in-game currency in the game. Now, the rupees can be found in hidden treasure caves and are used to buy equipment, information, and ability upgrades. So, somebody could say, give me a tip for 100 gold or 100 rupees. You give them 100 rupees, they give you a tip. Which, if you got a game guide, you don't need it. Now, hidden in overworld entrances to 8 large dungeons housing the pieces of the Triforce of Wisdom. Now, each dungeon has a layout, like a maze-like layout. And there's... my mind went blank. There's a map in them, but you gotta look for it. There's a compass, which tells you where you need to go to, or the boss or stuff is. Now, there's also secret passages. It could be just look like a regular wall. You put a bomb up there, blows a hole. You can actually skip stuff through there, and you'll probably see it in the gameplay. But it's probably hopefully it's not moving too fast. Now there's boomerangs, a recorder, which when I say recorder, I mean the little flute-like thing. There's like a little raft, ladder, stuff like that. So that's more or less the plot. With the official Zelda The story. The story of The Legend of Zelda is described in the instruction booklet and during the short prologue, which plays after the title screen. A small kingdom in the land of Hyrule is engulfed by chaos, which an army led by Ganon, the Prince of Darkness, invaded and stole the Triforce of Power, one part of a magical artifact which alone bestows great strength. In an attempt to prevent him from acquiring the Triforce of Wisdom, Princess Zelda splits into 8 fragments and hides them in secret underground dungeons. Before eventually being kidnapped by Ganon, she commands her nursemaid Impa to find someone courageous enough to save the kingdom. While wandering the land, the old woman is surrounded by Ganon's henchmen when a young boy named Link appears and rescues her. Upon hearing Impa's plea, he resolves to save Zelda and sets out to reassemble those scattered fragments of the Triforce of Wisdom with which Ganon can then be defeated. During the course of the tale, Link locates and braves the 8 underworld labyrinths, and beyond their defeated guardian monsters retrieves each fragment. With the completed Triforce of Wisdom, he is able to infiltrate Ganon's hideout in Death Mountain, confronting the Prince of Darkness and destroying him with a silver arrow. Obtaining the Triforce of Power from Ganon's ashes, Link returns it and Link returns it and the restored Triforce of Wisdom to the rescued Princess Zelda, and peace returns to Hyrule. Now, let me show you. Here's the game. As you can see, it's gold. I don't know if you can tell. But yeah, it's gold. And surprising, it holds a really good charge on the battery. So, it has that. Now, it's got a great legacy. In fact, another Zelda just came out. It's called... What is it called? Tears of the Kingdom. Have I played it? No, no, I have not. Will I play it? I don't know. I've played the second Zelda. Didn't really like it very much. I beat this one back in the day. Now this one I did use a cheat. So, and the reason why I use a cheat is so I can hurry up and play the game and beat it, and I can show you in the video. And just to try to hurry up, because some days I only have one day, I only have a couple hours to play it. This one I had like 2 days, so I beat it. And some of them I might not ever beat. Like the next one, I'm probably not going to beat. I'm going to play it and play it and play it. I might eventually even keep playing it even after the podcast is done. But let's see. I haven't recorded 21 minutes. There's really much left. Let's see. What is NES Zelda worth? This one you can, it says $39.99, $26.87 on eBay. How long to beat Zelda on NES? When focusing on the main objective, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, not that one. Didn't ask for that one. What is the... Ooh. The Legend of Zelda 10 games, the fastest speed runs. And Link to the Past, which this one was... Just a regular one. I think Link to the Past was Super Nintendo. Hour and a half? What? Link's Awakening on a DX, 4 hours, 4.5 hours. Arcadia of Time, almost 17 hours. Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link, 18 hours. Ooh, I might not play that one. Four Swords, 20 hours. Almost 21. Breath of the Wild, 27.5. This one, The Legend of Zelda, 28 minutes. Wow. Man, I wish I could find that one. I'd just put it in, because this is only going to be 28 minutes long. Hey, after I fix the time on it, it'll be 28 minutes. Or 28 hours. That can't be right, because I beat it in less than that. Oh, but I cheated. Let me see if that's hours. Make sure. Well, I know that one can't be 1 minute. So it's got to be hours. Yep, that's hours. You can beat it in less than 28 hours. If you know what you're doing. Yeah, because let's see, they beat level 3 in 2 minutes. The ladder, what? Level 4 in 5 minutes. Level 1 in 7 minutes. The entry in 9 minutes. 5 in 12 minutes. 2 in 16 minutes. Yeah. Okay. I think you can beat it quicker than that. Each of the first 9 dungeons in Legend of Zelda is shaped in a specific design which corresponds to the name of the dungeon. The first labyrinth is referred to as the eagle, while the 4th dungeon is referred to as the snake. The 3rd dungeon of the game is referred to as the manji, and is in the shape of a left-face swastika. The term manji is actually a Japanese character and is very common in Japanese culture. Because of this, it slipped into the game without considering the sensitivity of the symbol. The manji is considered offensive in Western countries due to its relationship to Nazism, through the Nazi swastika faces the opposite direction than manji. Man, I can't talk. All versions of the game included a cross on Link's shield. However, in virtually all pieces of merchandise, Link's shield is shown in a solid color. This is likely due to the sensitivity in religion in Western countries. Furthermore, in the Japanese version of the game, the Book of Magic was referred to as the Bible. While the game was released in the West, it was renamed to the Book of Magic or the Magic Book. I don't know what I keep hitting that. But I thought that was pretty cool. I'm going to look up something. I wonder... Oh, Play Classic Games Online. Play Classic Games. Retro Gamer Junction. Okay. There's a bunch of different places selling it. Whoop. I'm just finding more stuff on it. There's even speedrun.com. Okay. There are various Easter eggs throughout the game. Some reveal areas where you can either get a red potion or, more preferably, a heart container. Others reveal a strange creature who will give you up to 100 rupees, claiming that it's a secret to everybody. Some secret areas are stores. The white sword in the game may have evolved into the Kokori sword. It is also speculated that the magical sword may have evolved into the Master Sword. The magical shield may have evolved into the fire shield in A Link to the Past. Unlike the later games, heart containers can be acquired in ways other than defeating a boss. This was later changed to Heart Piece. Also, one can acquire several items and upgrades before entering the first dungeon. A Link to the Past changed to make this more gradual and linear. This has been the standard ever since. The Power Bracelet may have evolved into the Goron Bracelet. The game was awarded Best Challenge in 1988 Nintendo Power Awards. This is the first game to have open world gameplay. One dungeon shaped like it. Oh, well, I already talked about that. I thought that was pretty cool. So I want to put that in there. Ooh, Nintendo Life. Legend of Zelda. Got some cool screenshots. Alright, I guess that's pretty much it for this one. So, I'm going to start playing Diablo 2. Hopefully, I'll get it out in a week, maybe more. I'm sorry, I'm busy mind. But I'm going to try to put these out a little bit more, but can never know anymore. But alright, till next time, have fun playing the game.